Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, and welcome to Unturned 3.13.6. This week's update, in my opinion, is one of the greatest updates we have ever gotten in a long time. In the past, with Unturned 3.0, we've gotten additions like guns or vehicles or explosives, stuff like that, but it's always been kind of expected. I know, like, we've had it in Unturned 2.0, so it's always just kind of like, oh, we'll get it eventually in 3.0. So, I mean, those updates are really exciting, don't get me wrong, but this week's update adds a feature that we have never had before in Unturned, and I'd like to consider myself a pretty creative individual, and to be able to create things like this and much more makes me really excited. So if you guys can't really tell already, this week's update added Freeform Building. Now it's kind of a vague term, but essentially instead of given foundations, walls, pillars, etc., you are given more basic building blocks like these small little walls here, these small little walls here, and then you can use those to build a lot fancier, or I guess just a lot more customizable, of structures. And also we have makeshift vehicles, so we can place down a little vehicle frame, which is what this is built off of, and then be able to use the new freeform buildables to add onto that frame and create a vehicle of your own. So what I've done here is created the MeLikeBigBoom double bus of officialness, except it's not really double. I mean, I guess it could be double, but or a double-decker, but it's not, so it just looks like it's a double-decker bus. But you know, I'm gonna give you guys a little tour of it. In terms of the exterior, we have some security barbed wire around the exterior of the vehicle, and in order to enter it, you have to kind of crawl underneath this awning right here that I made out of like these wooden plates, same material as this railing right here, and then you are inside, and you can be inside like this. There's back seats as well. The makeshift vehicles have 4 seats, so there's a passenger seat here, and then the rear 2 seats as well. And then I've also have some shelves back here, which you can put down like bedrolls or crates and stuff back there. But anyway, you guys kind of get the idea with how really building now is limitless. You can create some super fancy contraptions or just entire houses off of vehicles, and it's super exciting. I can't wait to see what kind of things people will create. Definitely going to keep an eye on like the artwork section of the community hub of Unturned to see what kind of things people create. It'll be very interesting. But yeah, see, that's an example of one thing that I made in honestly like 5 minutes. Like, I just put this together, had no idea what I was doing, I just kind of put stuff on there. But also over here I have a little station where we can build something together. And I don't know what we're going to make, but I think it's going to be a little bit better than that one. But before we get into that, I want to cover some of the other things that were added in this week's update. There are signs. Now, these are very cool. They work like notes back in Unturned 2.0, where you can write on them and stuff, and then, you know, people can access them and see what you've written. Except with signs, it actually displays what you've written for other people to see. So I've got this white van here, so I can place this sign over here on the top or something right here. Like so, white sign as well. And then now I can press F to use it and write something nice. Then press the right button, and it now displays what I've written on that sign right there. And there's also, as I said earlier, different types of signs. So if you put down a birch sign like what I did here, people can edit that and delete what you've written or something. Now if you'd like that to not happen, you can put down a metal sign, and these can only be edited by you. So once you put that there, nobody will be able to edit it. They can still destroy it, but metal signs are significantly stronger than the wooden ones. So anyway, those are the signs. Very cool. Next up, and a small little change, you now have a better indication of when your safe zone generator is on. As you can see, it is on right now because one, it says off right there for you to turn it off, and also it's emitting little radiation circles around it. Very cool. Next up is something that I am super excited about as expected, and those are landmines, claymores, and sticky grenades. That is right, more explosives, more booms for me to like. Very cool. I have them all in my inventory right here. Claymores, for those of you that don't know, explode when somebody goes in front of it. So as you can see here, it doesn't explode when I'm behind it, but if I were to walk in front of that claymore, it would blow me up. On the front of the Claymore it says front toward enemy, very cool. And that's about it. It's just a nice little rectangle with little spikes that stick out, that's sticking to the ground. And I think I'm going to very slowly, well first I'll give myself a med kit, very slowly approach a Claymore until it explodes. It shouldn't kill me. Ow! Landmines work a little bit different in that they only explode when you actually touch them. So, you know, I can get super close to this in every direction, but if I touch that, then it will explode. You can disarm these by just punching them and they will blow up instantaneously. Well, not blow up, but like, you know, they'll be destroyed instantaneously. And then lastly, we have sticky grenades. So these work just like grenades, except they just stick to whatever they hit. I mean, it's kind of expected. So, for example, if I want to stick a sticky grenade to that tree, I just toss it at it and it sticks to it. As you can see, it just stuck to the side of the tree. Very cool. Also, before I forget, berry pies. Now these can be crafted using the crafting recipes on the screen right now, using various different types of berries you find out in the world. And these are basically just vamped up versions of berries. Instead of actually eating the berries themselves, you can make pies out of them, and they'll be a lot more effective both in their healing and thirst and sickness properties, but also in the hallucinogenic effects. Whoa. Now, as I said earlier, there are makeshift vehicles. Now, these can be crafted, and they have a very long crafting recipe, and I'll put that on the screen right now. And once you do craft them, you can put down a very basic vehicle. And once you place it down, I mean, you can drive it around just fine. It has 4 seats, it has a top speed of 65 kilometers per hour. It has a decent fuel capacity. It's just a decent all-around vehicle. But what makes this special compared to other vehicles is that it's completely open, allowing you to build anything you want off of it. And it's very cool. So, I mean, yeah, you can build freeform stuff off of this van, but because this is such a flat little frame, you can build anything. You have lots and lots of room to do anything you want. But anyway, I'm going to start using some of this stuff to create something special. So as I said earlier, I think I'm going to put a little doorway on the back that we can open up and shoot at the people behind us. So that's very nice. So once we've gotten that, we can put down a metal door. Bada bing, bada boom. And now you can open up the door and shoot out the back. Very nice. And then we'll begin to enclose the entire thing with walls. Now using these wooden plates, I can show you guys the new rotation controls. Before you used to right click and it would rotate 90 degrees, but now that is no longer the case. Instead, you're going to hold down right mouse. And now if you move the mouse up and down, it will rotate like so. Rotating side to side will rotate it like it did before. And then you can scroll up and down to rotate it like that. I don't know the name of the axes and stuff like that, but really using those 3 controls, you can begin to create anything you want. And it's actually pretty simple. Alright, so I think I've finished my little makeshift vehicle here, and I think it turned out pretty nice. It's really similar to that one, except that the only difference is that the only way in and out of the vehicle is through this door. Now, I guess you can press F on here, but that would be a mistake if you're a malicious person, because once you get inside, you can't get out. They won't be able to open up this metal door, so they'd have to shoot their way out, and I guess it kind of works as like a moving jail cell. My original intention was to have this door here so that the people in the back seat could shoot out, but they can't actually turn all the way around, so that's kind of unfortunate. Maybe in the future it'd be smart to put doorways on the sides so that we can open those up, but as I said earlier, there's just so many different things that you can do with this freeform building. That is just one example right there. I think you guys should go into Unturned, create some sort of super fancy contraption, maybe even make an entire house off of a makeshift vehicle and tweet it to me. I'd love to see what kind of things you guys are able to create. But anyway, that was Unturned 3.13.6.0. Very awesome update. I did miss a few little minor tweaks and additions, but if you guys would like to check those out, as always, I will put the full update post in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish because me like Big Boom is out.